Hey, how's it going? It's me, Mr. Schaefer, back with you. Bob time. The one and only Bob. Here we go. Let's set our mental bookmark, see where we're at last time. Last thing I see is, last thing I see, this little picture here. These two little cuties together again. If you remember who that is, that's Bob at the shelter with his sister, Boss. She's there. So he has not seen her in, years now, since they were thrown out on the highway together. Um, so this whole chapter was basically about him making his way over to the shelter um, and going through the water and stuff, getting there, and he got caught by, he called him Cowboy because he had that dog catcher's rope that he put around his neck to pull him inside. And who else was there too? Snickers was there, right? So both of our little buddies, both of our favorite, or one of our favorite little doggies, Snickers was there. And then I just can't believe that he heard Boss's voice or Boss's bark over the radio and made his way to the shelter to find her. So that's absolutely amazing. He found her. They were catching up, giving each other hugs and kisses and whatnot, and then we stopped. So let's see what we got. All right, let's start with Tough is the chapter on page 249 if you're in the yearbook. So here we go. Boss isn't anything like I remember. She's scrawny and flea-covered. Her left ear has a big notch in it. Her fur is dull. Her body's scared. Her tail cut short. I'm afraid to ask how that happened. She's clearly had it tough. Really tough. I thought I heard you bark, I say. Then it stopped. I figured I was crazy. I was napping. In the chaos? I ask. I can sleep anywhere. It's a gift. Boss nibbles on my toenail. On a toenail. Funny thing is, I've been having a dream about you. Must have caught a whiff of you in my sleep. I can't stop staring. Boss, here, with me. What? She asks when she catches me looking at her. I was just wondering, I say, about your life. Do you have, anybody? You mean like humans? Nope. She gives a little flick of her stubby tail. Never have, never will. You've been on your own this whole time? I flash on my cushy bed, my lovely food bowl, the way everyone knows just how I like my ears scratched. Yep. How'd you end up here? I was out scrounging for food. Just had another litter and I was tired, off my game. Animal control got me. She licks a nasty cut on her front paw. Wait, my ears prick up. So, you have puppies? That would make me an uncle. A dog uncle. On top of being an honorary elephant uncle. Had the last batch 7, maybe 8 weeks ago. She scratches at a flea. Last batch? I repeat. You mean you've had others? Yep. What happened to them? Don't know. It's not like they come for the holidays, Bob. Boss lies down on an old towel lining our cage. Or should I call you Rowdy? She considers. Nope. No. I like the sound of Bob. Me too. Anyway, Boss said, mostly they're dead, I guess. You never know, though. Maybe a few got rescued. She's so matter-of-fact, so resigned. This last litter, well, I thought I was onto something. Found a little car, those ones that look like a big old bug, abandoned, right down by the creek near the bridge. Easy access through a hole in the floorboard. Blanket in the back seat. She pauses. All the amenities. How many puppies? I ask. 3, but only one survived. A male. The other 2 are pretty sickly and, well. Something crashes into the front office. Sounds like a window is broken. We gotta get out of here. An orange-striped cat howls. He throws himself against the front of his cage, then pokes out his paw, grabbing for the latch. I'm too young to die! When they caught me, Boss continues, ignoring the cat, I barked for the puppy to sit tight. Wait, told him I'd be right back, she sighs. Nice. Last thing he'll ever hear is a lie. What's his name? The puppy. She looks at me like I asked her if she's ever been to the moon. I don't name them, Bob. Just makes it harder. That's sad. Below us, the water's slowly rising, filling the empty lower cages. We watch the humans rush back and forth, carrying buckets as if they can stem the tide. There's nothing to do, nothing to say, nowhere to go. Guys, this is getting tough, man. That's sad. She said she doesn't name her puppies. So, man, and she looks all like with fleas and cuts on her, and her tail's short. She's lived a rough life, man. She definitely has. So, I'm glad she's back with Bob. I know, but now they're flooding. So, what are they gonna do? Let's see what happens. Not right. I stare at my sister and try to imagine all the pain she's endured. And here I thought I'd gotten the raw deal. To lose your pups, to wander alone, to struggle for every drop of water, every crumb of food. I mean, I experienced a little of that, but Ivan and Stella kept me going, and then Julia and her family. Why me? What's so special about me? It isn't really that I'm more resilient, that I've made my own luck. Am I somehow better than Boss? More deserving? It's not right, I blurt. Not right. You should have had worse than not right. You should have had it worse than me. If you want to talk about not right, you and I both had it a whole lot better than our siblings, Boss says. I will never forgive those people for what they did to us, I say through clenched jaws. Really? Boss seems surprised. If I had held that much anger, I'd never get out of bed. Not that I've ever had a real bed. She sniffs at the towel beneath her feet. This towel's kind of nice, actually. I look at her in disbelief. You're one of those? Those dogs that must forgive no matter what types? She almost looks amused. Well, it's kind of our thing, right? Oh my God, do you remember that? That's what Julius was saying. Dogs are just supposed to forgive people and forgive their owners and forgive humans and be whatever, right? Bob doesn't believe in that. You know, remember he said that? He's like, he still holds on to that anger, right? He's still mad at those people and mad at other things. Boss is just like Julius in that thought. When someone does something hurtful, they have to admit it, I say. Then they have to be punished for it. And maybe then, if they apologize and change, maybe then they can get forgiven. All I know is I've done lots of bad stuff in my life, Bob. I've had to forgive myself plenty, just, to get through the day. Boss gazes at me with her wise, weary eyes. And if I figure I'm going to forgive myself, I better be ready to cut everyone else some slack too. Wow. So Bob's sister giving him some knowledge here, right? Saying, man, that's something right there. That might be part of our question today, so I'm going to write that down, okay? All right, so bit of a difference there that they think from each other. All right, the next chapter is called Evacuate Now. The water was filling up. Let's see what happens. Look, says the officer. You need to evacuate now. It's mandatory. Can't just leave these animals. Cowboy sticks his finger in the orange cat's cage. The cat rubs against it, purring like his life depended on it. Which it maybe kind of does. The officer sighs. You don't have a choice. You can't just leave them, says Boots. And I have to applaud her enthusiasm, even though, as I wonder, why'd she risk her life for us? There's no explaining humans. There's another example of that, right? Putting their neck out for somebody. Just got the word from the bridge over the Big Fork Creek collapsed, the officer says. You guys gotta move. Boots snaps her fingers. Wait, you have a cop car, right? Yes, I have a vehicle, ma'am, says the officer. But the way the roads are looking, probably not for long. Okay, says Boots. So we evacuate. We evacuate every last dog and cat and gerbil we can. Get in your car. The officer purses her lips. And take them where exactly? Shelter at the high school. That's where we've been sending people. They're not really set up for it, but once we started flooding and the elementary school stopped taking pets, they agreed to do what they can. The officer grumbles, considers, goes for it. The three humans load the cats and dogs and parakeets and hamsters, one after another, into the police car. Some are in cages, and some, including a couple of unhappy cats, are on tug-of-war strings. Finally, it's our turn. Looks like there are 9 of us left. Car's full and then some, the officer reports, struggling to shut the shelter's door against the rising water. We are officially out of room. Cowboy looks at us, his eyes teary. Don't worry, fellas, we'll be back, he sniffles. I promise. You think we should leave the cages open? At least give them a fighting chance? Asked Boots. In case, Sure. But they can't handle this current. I can barely stand up. Cowboy shakes his head. Look, I'll borrow my brother's bass boat. We'll come right back. Hopefully the water won't get much higher than this. Okay, then. Boots gives him a grin. Stay calm, friends. Like that's an option. Bros, what's going to happen here? This water's scaring me. Alright, let's see. Preparing for the worst. The wind slows for a moment, and then the room goes silent. We stare at the black pool swallowing the cages below. A chew toy shaped like a pink turtle floats past. It's just us and a whole lot of water. I check out the group. 2 cats, 1 bunny, 6 dogs, including Snickers, Boss, and me. There's nowhere to jump. No tables, no cabinets, no space above the upper cages. And as Cowboy pointed out, this current is probably too strong for us to tackle anyway. Folks, don't give up hope. You heard them, I say. They're coming back for us. No way they're coming back, says a sad-faced Beagle Mix. Give me a break. Hey, you never know, I say. I'm such a lousy liar. Oh, yes, we do, my sister mutters, just loud enough for me to hear, and we share a look. Look, chances are the water won't get too much higher, I say, but just to be on the safe side, pile up anything you have in your cage. Balls, toys, towels. Who died and made you pack leader? Asks a big mutt with a graying snout. Well, it beats howling like babies, I say, and I instantly remember landing in Stretch's domain. Howling like a baby was exactly what I did. I had a dog biscuit this morning bigger than you, says the gray muzzle. What about me? Someone squeaks. Does the bunny get a vote? Hold on, Thumper, says the orange cat. This clearly is a job for a higher feline intellect. No! A sharp voice rises from the den. Listen to Bob. He's annoying, and his hygiene leaves a lot to be desired. But I've seen him get himself out of all kinds of scrapes. Hey, thanks for the props, Nick, I say, especially the kind words about my odor. The wind groans, and something metallic hits the side of the building. We fall silent, waiting for more. The windows rattle, the walls shudder. It's like the building is as scared as the rest of us. So, Snickers says, breaking the gloom, you heard Bob. Start stacking. How about my litter box? Asks a small white cat with dark green eyes. Would that work? Sure, I say. Use anything. The goal is to get as high as you can. And then what? Asks a dachshund. Worst case, we swim for it, I say. That's actually not the worst case, says the bunny. No one asks what is. We already know. Yeah, the worst case is that water gets too high and they can't get out. No way, this is how this ends. A question. We do all we can do, which isn't much. The rain hammers, the wind shrieks. Sirens come and go in the distance. I wonder what Ivan and Ruby are doing, and what about George and Julia? Where are they? How are they? Boss seems scary calm, tough as old jerky. She looks the way I want to feel. Before long, the water is lapping onto the floor of our cages. It's ice cold and moving quick. 1 inch. 2. Every now and then, someone whimpers or moans, but mostly we're quiet. If you can stand on your hind legs, guys, do it. Climb on anything you got, I suggest. I turn to Boss. When I say go, I want you to climb on my back, but it'll buy a little time, maybe. No way. Please, I need to do this. Boss just stares at me. She's so thin. I can see every rib. To make it up to you, I add. What are you even talking about, Bob? I look away. I'm sorry. I say, not sure where my words are taking me. I should have saved you, boss. Saved me? The thing is, I heard you on the highway, and I should have. My voice trails off. I stifle a sob. Bob, we were puppies, tiny puppies. Don't be ridiculous. How exactly were you going to save me? I don't know, but I should have tried. We both have did what we had to do. Boss nudges me gently. Bob, this is crazy. I can't seem to forgive myself. I whisper it, but I know she hears me. Beneath the water, I feel a paw on mine. I forgive you. Okay? Not that you need it, mind you. One condition, though. I nod and wait. You have to forgive yourself, too. Again, I nod, and slowly but surely, something fine and warm begins to fill my heart. That's amazing. He forgives her. She told him that he needs to forgive himself, right? Sorry, I gotta write that page down. That was good. If you want to be forgiven, you gotta forgive yourself. Now we're going to this. Little Snickers. Romeo. Before I can say anything more, Snickers calls my name. Bob, dear, there's something I want you to know. Boss winks at me. Listen up, brother. Sure, Snickers, I call. Well, what's up? Snickers makes a little throat-clearing noise. I've kept this locked inside of me all this time, but now, facing the end, I feel the need to unburden myself. Really, Snick? I say quickly. There's no need for that. The thing is, Snicker pauses for dramatic effect. I love you, Bob. I always have. I love the way your cute little tail gets all curled between your legs when you're embarrassed. I love the way you hum to yourself when you chew your kibble. I love the way you drool when you take a nap. I think I'm getting the picture, Snick. Thanks. That's awfully nice of you to say. And? Snickers says. Boss can't hide her amusement. Go ahead, Bob, she whispers. What can it hurt? We're all gonna die anyway. Bobo, Snickers calls. Yeah, sure. I think you're pretty swell too, Snick. And what is it about that you love about me? I close my eyes. I take a deep breath. Well, those pink boots of yours, those are cool. And I swear I'm trying, but I'm totally drawing a blank. In fairness, the water's up to my belly and my teeth are chattering so loud I can't hear myself think. And, I begin. Oh, come on, how hard is it? Yells the bunny who's perched on a pile of wet Timothy hay. She's a looker, and she's smart, and she's way too good for the likes of you. Try that, Romeo. You're a looker, and you're smart, and you're way too good for the likes of me, I repeat. Snickers lets out a contented sigh. That wasn't so hard, was it? Boss asks. I groan. Sis, you have no idea. All right. What in the world? Snickers just confessed her love for Bob. You guys knew it was coming. I think he secretly has a crush too. Agreed? Probably. Yeah. You with me on that? All right, we're stopping right there. So really, let's recap real quick. He's with Boss. They talk about their childhood a little more. They have a pretty big discussion on there about forgiving each other and him apologizing. But the water is rising. They're literally standing in water, trapped in cages, and now everybody's confessing with each other for forgiving each other. Snickers is confessing her love for Bob. It's crazy. All right, so can't wait to see what happens next. I'll see you next time.